At its peak, the Victoria's Secret fashion show wasn't just about lingerie, it was a global phenomenon. Millions tuned in every year to watch famous models walk the runway alongside music superstars. The event defined a specific kind of glamour and sex appeal that dominated the early 2000s. But as social attitudes evolved and beauty standards diversified, the brand's narrow image of perfection started to look outdated. Viewers and consumers began to drift away, questioning whether the show truly reflected the women it was trying to celebrate. By 2019, the decline had become undeniable. The once iconic show was canceled after a sharp drop in ratings and mounting backlash. The brand faced criticism for its lack of body diversity, trans representation, and its focus on unrealistic beauty ideals. Behind the scenes, former executives' controversial comments only made matters worse. The message was clear. Victoria's Secret had become a relic of the past, out of step with a world that was demanding authenticity, representation, and respect for all body types. Fast forward to today, and Victoria's Secret is trying to rewrite its story. The brand relaunched its fashion show with a very different tone, one that highlights empowerment, individuality, and creative expression. Models of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds now share the stage. Instead of just promoting lingerie, the focus is on confidence and personal stories. It's not about the fantasy anymore. It's about reality, self-love, and inclusivity. The new version feels more grounded, more human, and more relevant to today's audiences. Still, some fans are skeptical. Many say the change, while welcome, feels like it came years too late. Other brands had already embraced inclusivity and gained the loyal following that Victoria's Secret lost. The question now is whether audiences are ready to forgive and give the brand another chance. Can a company once criticized for being tone-deaf truly transform its image? Or is this just an attempt to win back lost profits? The verdict is still out. But one thing's certain, the world of fashion will be watching closely. In the end, the new Victoria's Secret fashion show represents a turning point, not just for the brand, but for the entire industry. It's a reflection of how culture evolves, how beauty standards shift, and how companies must adapt or fade away. Whether this reinvention sticks or not, it's a powerful reminder that consumers now value inclusivity and authenticity above all else. The glitz and glam may remain, but it's the message, not the wings, that truly matters now. Remember when the Victoria's Secret fashion show was the event of the year? The wings, the lights, the music. It wasn't just a show, it was a cultural moment. But over time, that glossy image started to crack. What once symbolized beauty and glamour began to feel outdated and exclusive. Now, years later, Victoria's Secret is back, promising a new kind of show that celebrates every woman. The question is, can a rebrand rewrite history? In the early 2000s, the Victoria's Secret fashion show was untouchable. It had A-list models, top musicians, and global hype. The angels became household names, representing a kind of idealized beauty that defined an entire generation. But behind the sparkle and runway smiles, the message was clear. There was only one version of beauty, and it wasn't inclusive. Slowly, society started to notice the lack of diversity. The world had changed, but Victoria's Secret hadn't. The downfall began quietly but grew fast. Viewers started turning away, calling the brand's image unrealistic and outdated. At the same time, newer brands like Savage X Fenty and Aerie were doing the opposite, showing real women, real bodies, and genuine representation. By 2019, ratings for the Victoria's Secret fashion show had hit rock bottom. In a shocking move, the brand announced it was canceling the show entirely. It was the end of an era, but maybe the beginning of something new. What really hurt Victoria's Secret wasn't just the criticism, it was its refusal to listen. Executives were slow to respond, and public comments made the brand look tone-deaf and arrogant. In a world that was demanding diversity, Victoria's Secret was holding on to fantasy. That stubbornness cost them their reputation. For many, it felt like a brand built for the past, not for the modern woman. But fast forward to 2025, and the story looks very different. The company has been rebuilding from the ground up. The marketing is fresh, the casting is more inclusive, and the focus is on empowerment rather than perfection. The relaunch of the Victoria's Secret fashion show promises to showcase a new era, one where confidence comes in every size, color, and story. It's not about selling a dream anymore. It's about celebrating reality. The new show isn't just a runway. It's more like a documentary meets performance hybrid. It features stories of women around the world, highlighting their strength, creativity, and individuality. Models like Paloma Elsesser, Adut Akech, and Valentina Sampaio have become the faces of this rebrand, proof that beauty is not limited by one shape or one standard. It's a bold move for a company once criticized for its lack of vision. This transformation didn't happen overnight. It took public backlash, internal restructuring, and a total shift in leadership. The brand even replaced much of its old management team and introduced new female executives to reshape its image. Their goal? To turn Victoria's Secret from a male-driven fantasy into a woman-led, empowering brand. That's not just marketing. That's survival in a modern market. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Many critics see the rebrand as too little, too late. They argue that while the new messaging sounds great, it can't erase years of exclusion. Social media reactions have been mixed. Some applaud the effort, while others see it as performative. Still, it's clear that Victoria's Secret is trying harder than ever to earn back trust, one show and one campaign at a time. For longtime fans, the nostalgia factor is real. The wings, the music, the energy, those elements are still there, just with a modern twist. The show's tone feels more grounded, more personal. There's less fantasy, more authenticity. And that's exactly what Gen Z and millennial audiences want. Real representation with emotional depth, not just surface-level glamour.